25 and 34 are increasingly finding themselves in debt. Research has shown that over 3/4 of young adults have received financial support from their parents. Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are High Court enforcement agents. They work all over England and Wales, seizing property and collecting debt.
Sunny Blackpool, eh?
Always.
Today they're in Blackpool to serve a writ on Mr. Daniel Barrett, a self-employed plasterer who owes over £6,500.
That's what we after now. So let's have a look. 1, 2, 3.
There we go, on your right hand side.
If Mr. Barrett can't or won't pay today, Stuart and Vic have the right to seize goods to cover the debt. The High Court writ gives the agents the right to make peaceful entry through an unlocked door.
Hello? It's alright, I've gone.
Don't let him out!
I know, I'm not, don't worry.
Right, what are you doing? Come on, get in. What are you doing coming in?
We're High Court enforcement agents.
Well, right, I know who you are,
Okay.
but all I want you to do is stay outside the door, please.
I'll be staying here at the moment, okay, to show you my ID.
Right.
So my name's Mr. McCracken, this is Mr. Victor. We're here for Mr. Barrett.
Right, Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel,
That's my son.
Yeah.
Is he here at the moment or not?
No, he's not. He's
Is he
actually working.
We got a High Court writ basically to take control of goods unless he makes a payment. Is there any chance you can get in touch with him?
He's got no money to make a payment, and there's nothing here of his apart from him sleeping here and being living here. There's no goods. All the goods are actually ours, mine and my husband's.
But Stuart spots a potential asset. If the car outside belongs to Daniel, it could be taken away to pay off the debt.
Who owns the vehicle on the driveway?
Me.
Right, have you got...
See my logbook?
we need a sales invoice.
The pressure is on. Mrs. Barrett gets her son on the phone.
Danny! Law enforcement officers here, they want to speak to you. Right, but you need to speak to them, they want to speak to you.
Hello, is that Daniel?
Hi mate, you alright?
Daniel, my name's Mr. McCracken. I'm a High Court enforcement agent from Direct Collecting Bailiffs.
Hi.
Right, we've got a High Court writ to collect an outstanding balance, sir, for £6,653.
Yeah, carry on, get to the point, mate.
Yeah, well, I am getting to the point. I'm explaining why I'm here, so what I'm prepared to do.
For one, you shouldn't be in the house. You've walked in the house on your own without being asked to come in, so you need to leave.
No, we won't be doing that, sir, I'm afraid.
No, you will be doing. You will. There's nothing there that you can physically take.
I'm not, like I said, sir. We're here to collect an outstanding balance of £6,653.
Oh, I'm not present at the address and I can't discuss it over the phone. So
While Stuart talks to Daniel, Mrs. Barrett shows Vic the paperwork for the car.
Well, I'll be staying.
It turns out the car is in Mrs. Barrett's name and can't be seized.
I do think debt brings out the worst in people. It's embarrassing, isn't it? I mean, it is embarrassing to anyone. And I think it's even worse if it's not your debt, and it's your son's or your daughter's debt.
But as Stuart speaks to Daniel, tensions begin to rise.
get off the property. You've got no right to be in there.
I do have every right to be in here.
You have walked in that house on
Don't raise your voice, sir.
Invited in.
Don't raise your voice, okay?
Well, if I want to raise my voice, I will do. You've walked into my mum and dad's house without being given entry.
That's
you
correct,
can leave now.
No, we won't be leaving, sir, until you make a payment.
You will be leaving because you'll be there all fucking night. And you know it, and I know it.
Okay.
Danny.
Okay. Your name and everything.
Yeah, you can have my name, sir. No problem at all. My name's Mr. McCracken.
Where you live as well.
Yeah, no problem at all. That's fine. I've got no issue with that. We're based in Northwich and Cheshire, sir.
Yeah, I bet you are. Yeah, I bet you are.
I don't accept any kind of threatening behaviour at all in any way, shape or form. At the end of the day, we are trying to deal with that situation, and there are various ways of controlling it. You just got to think about your end goal, because we are there to collect a payment and nothing's going to stop us.
After 10 minutes at the address, the agents aren't any closer to recovering the debt.
Put my mum on the phone.
Okay, there you go.
What money are you after?
Let's see what you can raise.
to see what you can raise. He's got a tenner. That's a token gesture. He has no money. He works for himself.
He doesn't work for free.
No, he doesn't work for free, but you know yourself, if you're self-employed, the work comes or it goes.
It's just a shame to see parents getting dragged into issues that are out of their control. If I was ever in that situation, my mum and dad would kill me. There's no question about it. But at the end of the day, they don't want to see your son in dire straits.
Daniel's offer of £10 towards his £6,600 debt is not enough for Stuart.
He's obviously at work at the moment, so he'll be getting paid for jobs. So he must have some form of money to keep diesel in his van.
But then, it becomes clear that Daniel isn't at work after all.
Right, okay, I thought you were out at work. Right, he's out of work. He's not at
Does he
work.
want to come back home then?
Sorry?
Does he want to come back home and have a chat with us?
He says, well, do you want to come back home and come and have a chat with him? Oh, not again, Danny. You can't do this. I've got neighbours looking here and everything.
Do you want to try this time, Vic?
Hello, hi there, my name is Mr. Victor. Look, mate, we're here to work with you as much as possible.
Yeah, you can work with me.
But Mrs. Barrett has had enough.
Give us the phone back, please. Right, Dan, that's enough now. Love.
She's going to lock the door.
I've locked the glass door.
Yeah.
No, they're in the pot!
Will Stuart and Vic be able to control this unpredictable situation and get the £6,500 they came for? Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor were looking to serve a writ on plasterer Daniel Barrett for a debt of over £6,500.
We're here for Mr. Barrett's.
Right, Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel.
That's my son.
Yeah.
But Mr. Barrett was not at home.
He's actually working.
When they reached him, he refused to cooperate.
You will be leaving because you'll be there all fucking night.
Instead, his mother shut off access to the house.
No, they're in the pot!
Now, with no sign of the defendant, Stuart and Vic need to calm Mrs. Barrett down.
Hello. You can speak through the glass. That's fine. Okay.
But then suddenly, the police arrive on the scene.
High Court enforcement agents executing a High Court writ.
Now, Stuart and Vic must brief the officers.
What have you come here for?
It's a High Court writ.
It's High Court writ, so we're here to either collect goods or collect payments, one thing or another.
It's been reported to us as a very lucky kind of burglary, you see. That's why we've come.
It appears that someone has called the police to report a break-in at the address.
That's the writ of control. That's his name and that's the address. So this document gives us the right to come to this property and enforce.
We get told that we've broken into places, we get told that we're stealing, but 9 times out of 10 the police presence is vital because everybody wants a third opinion and they need the reassurance from the police that what we're doing is correct.
I'll go and speak to her.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Having established why the agents are at the address, the police go to speak with Mrs. Barrett.
Come on, mate. Close that door.
With the door open and the police inside, the agents enter the house. They need to assess whether any assets inside belong to the debtor. But Stuart's presence aggravates Mrs. Barrett.
So the courts have authority over you and me and everybody in this country. You understand? If you calm down, I'll explain things to them, but you don't give people a chance. She's saying, she just explained to me then, that nothing in this house actually belongs to her son. So I can't verify that.
No, we can't either.
You can't either.
No.
Despite Mrs. Barrett's protests, Stuart needs to make a list of items of value in the house under a controlled goods agreement. If any of the assets belong to Daniel, they can then be seized if he doesn't pay. But as Stuart goes to get his paperwork, Daniel's father appears on the scene.
Morning there, sir.
Have you forced entry?
Sorry?
I've seen this listing. Have you forced entry?
No, not at all. No,
you
not
walked
at all.
through that permission, yeah?
No, not at all, sir.
Should we let you in?
If the door's open, so we can walk through, it's for
I've got
peaceful
that
entry.
listing, not allowed.
No? Well, you can do, sir. If that was the case, the officer would have
Have you made
arrested
my
us.
wife's cry, pal?
It appears that Mr. Barrett is aware of his son's financial situation.
You've seen this lister.
Yeah, I know.
What you need to do is a payment plan.
I know.
Well, I've been through the procedure with
I know.
this lister, mate.
I know.
And the other thing is, sorry to talk to you,
No,
your
no.
transit van's blocking my driveway,
Yeah.
I'll put my car on it.
Okay,
Can I
we'll move it.
please?
Yes, of course. Do you want me to explain what's happening, sir, or not? Because you're exactly like your son.
I've been
I'm
to
trying to
solicitor.
explain the situation.
I've got all the legal requirements, I've heard everything.
What we're going to do is call the control.
Sorry, I'm not walking away, sorry.
Daniel's father doesn't seem very willing to discuss the matter. But Vic needs to make him understand the situation.
At the moment, this is a High Court active writ. Yeah, that's the only legal documentation, and that's why we're here today. And unfortunately, it's in your address because he does live here.
Yeah.
So it's up to you to prove that nothing in this property belongs to your son. It's not up to us to prove that it does. I think that's the bottom line.
Just get to the bottom line so these gentlemen got more important things to do. So
Yeah, I didn't phone them, sir. I didn't phone them. I'm not wasting their time. They're here for the breach of peace.
Mr. Barrett decides to call his son to try to get him to cooperate.
Just speak to him. And thank you for the call, Ben. No, we're saying get him out, so speak to him.
Hello? Right, what we're going to do is, and just let me, before you get worked up again, let me explain to you, because everybody's now calm in the property, alright? We're doing what's called a control goods agreement. Mr. Barrett, Mr. Barrett, Mr. Barrett, Mr. Barrett. No, I'm not. You need to come back to us to suggest what you realistically can afford monthly going forward.
Daniel has made Vic a new offer.
He's offered £30 a month. I will put it to the claimant, but I can tell you now they won't accept it.
Okay.
You need to raise funds, that's the bottom line.
Daniel's offer of £30 a month means it could take 20 years to pay off the £6,500 debt. Vic lays down an ultimatum.
We'll make a list of what's here of value. It stays here, and we will give him 24 hours to contact us, to come back to us, to make a payment. If he fails to make a payment, or he doesn't want to talk to us, or come to an agreement, right? We have got the authority to return.
The agents must walk away without a payment for now. But if Daniel doesn't come up with an acceptable offer within 24 hours, Stuart and Vic will be back. Homelessness in England has risen by a third since 2010. As councils struggle to cope with these rising numbers, thousands of families are being placed in temporary accommodation outside their own borough. (3:30 p.m. North London.
Turn right.
High Court enforcement agents Paul Bohill and Steve Pinner are on their way to carry out an eviction.
This is a repossession, which I think the property's up for auction because we've got to send the keys to the auctioneers. The name of the road is St Margaret's, Tottenham, I think.
The claimant has applied to the High Court to speed up the repossession. This means the current occupiers, Debbie and Dean Douglas, must leave the property today.
It's here.
But this is going to be one of the toughest evictions Paul and Steve have ever faced.
Hello. I'm looking for Debbie Douglas and Dean Douglas. Are you Douglas? Yeah. Okay, could you call them for me, please? Thank you.
Before he can continue his inquiries, Paul needs to find out how old the family member is.
Hello, are you there? How old are you?
20.
All right. Okay. Can I just talk to you? Have you got any younger brothers or sisters?
Yeah.
How old are they?
9 and 15.
Debbie Douglas is out collecting her youngest child from school. A neighbour comes round to see what's happening.
Jason?
Jason! Sorry.
Jason?
Might be upstairs. With all due respect, you are a close friend of the family.
Yeah, I'm a neighbour.
Okay.
I would have thought that she would have been told of this in advance.
She was told by the county court that she had to be gone by a certain date. This has now since been transferred to the High Court, and with that there is no notification of our attendance.
Moments later, Debbie and her youngest child arrive home.
Hello.
Hi.
Mrs. Douglas.
Yeah, what's happening, please?
My name is Paul Bowhill. We're High Court enforcement agents.
Okay.
And we have a repossession order for this property.
And why would that be?
I don't know.
Because this is my dad's house and he died. So the paper's in probate.
Debbie claims she has a right to her late father's house. But her father's girlfriend, who didn't live with him in the house, disputed this and started legal action.
It's like a family dispute, but it's my dad's house, but it shouldn't be repossessed because the paperwork's in the solicitors. He told me none of us can do anything until we make an agreement to say who is entitled to what.
The repossession order was granted by the county court.
Okay.
And it's now been changed to the High Court.
Yeah.
Which means we don't actually write and tell you we're coming. But the effect of it is that you have to leave the property now.
But it's my dad's house. I just don't get it. This has been going on for 15 years.
Wow.
Debbie believes that legal proceedings are still underway. But the High Court writ means that her father's girlfriend has won her case and is entitled to evict Debbie and her children.
Who is Dean Douglas?
That's my brother.
Is he contactable? Do you think he'd know anything about this?
No, because he knows as much as me.
Well, that's one for the books, isn't it? Doesn't affect the day.
We're covered by that piece of paper.
Totally.
Clearly in shock, Debbie gets her mum on the phone.
My dad lived here. He lived and he worked. He was a tailor.
Yes.
And he worked there. And he's... Mum, remember the letters that I was bringing to the house that we were looking at? Well, they must have been real. Like, what am I supposed to do? When we went that bad, I didn't even want to stay in this stupid house. My dad lived here on his own for 15 years and he was bleeding to death and I came to look after him. And that's just fucking kicking me out of my dad's house. The woman's just doing it. She's kicking us out of my dad's house.
Family disputes are always going to create emotion because at the end of the day, it's a family. And obviously something's happened for us to be there and it's going to be awkward.
Despite the complicated family feud, the agents are duty-bound to enforce the eviction. The neighbour, Christine, steps in to help her friend.
It's not a time to cry, it's a time to be strong. You didn't know about the case, you go back and fight for what's yours. Simple. The mother of legal services, Great Britain. You kick out a woman with 3 children.
You must understand that we don't choose who we come and see. We are instructed by the High Court and commanded to repossess the property.
How can you be thrown out of your father's house? How can you be thrown out of the house?
I don't have that answer. I don't have that answer.
And someone's taking you to court. This is England. You didn't know anything about the case. This is England. It will be rectified. It will be rectified. The judge is human like you.
But the priority is to get stuff for a couple of days. Things you're going to need: identification, medication, phone charges. Get down to the council. You have children. They'll emergency house you. Then you can make an arrangement to come back and collect everything else. That is your first and foremost thing you have to do, because you need somewhere to stay tonight. Unfortunately, it can't be here.
As Debbie has 3 children, she's entitled to emergency accommodation. But there's a problem. It's 4:45 p.m. and the housing office shuts in 15 minutes. If she can't get there in time, Debbie and her 3 children could face a night on the streets. High Court enforcement agents Paul Bowhill and Steve Pinner were in North London carrying out an eviction.
We have a repossession order for this property.
But the agent's visit came as a shock to the occupier, Debbie.
It's my dad's house, but it shouldn't be getting repossessed because the paperwork's in the solicitors.
Debbie claims she had a right to her late father's house, but her father's girlfriend took legal action and won the case in court.
You're kicking me out of my dad's house.
You need somewhere to stay tonight. Unfortunately, it can't be here.
Now, Debbie and her family urgently need emergency accommodation or face a night on the streets. But the council's housing office shuts in 15 minutes' time. Debbie's friend, Christine, calls the after-hours helpline.
You're calling on behalf of your friend who's homeless?
Yes.
Okay.
And the court enforcement officers are here right now. We have to leave. We have to vacate the property today. Now.
Okay. Just hang on 1 second for me. Is the person you're calling about, do they reside in Harringay or do they just live in a different borough?
They're in Harringay. She's here right now. She's a bit distressed, but she's here.
Debbie Douglas.
Okay, Debbie Douglas, are you the person who's homeless?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, okay, that's fine, Debbie. They'll give you a call within the next hour. If you don't get a call by, let's say, 6:30, just give us a call back and we'll chase it up for you.
Okay, but they've changed the locks already. They're just giving us a chance to speak with you.
I understand. All we do is take the information and we forward it over to the emergency response team. They should call you back very shortly.
The council have said they'll call back within the hour. But Paul and Steve are now needed on another job.
All my family are panicking now, and I don't have nowhere to charge the phone. So right now it's on charge. The house phone's been going on and off the charge.
Yeah, okay, all right, we'll wait. Just that we've got it's a rolling programme, so normally we'd be here, not your problem, but we're here and gone in an hour, but we've now got...
I know, I understand that.
The family start to move some of their belongings to Christine's house, a few doors down. 20 minutes later, the council calls Debbie back.
Are you working?
I'm working, yeah.
Yeah, don't you have any money to book yourself into a hotel for today?
No, yeah, I work, yeah. And the money that I work is part-time money, and my money is accounted for, so I don't have money in my bank.
Because...
I don't have money in my bank like that though. I don't.
Because I can help the children, the 14 and the 9, but I can't help the 20-year-old, and I can't help you.
They can't help me in Jason.
So what's this about? You can't help. What's the situation? Sorry.
Because she works here, she has access to finance, and I can't find anything for her. Best thing for her to do is, okay, let's ask for more money, local housing office, and they have to make that judgment. But if for the kids, the 14-year-old, 9-year-old, I can help, I can pass things.
So how's he going to help me?
This is not a social worker problem. We're not telling you that the children are in any kind of danger. They're homeless. Yes? Do something about that, because that's what your job is about.
Technically, she's still in the house, so she's not homeless. But when she leaves the house, she'll be homeless.
With the prospect of the family being split up for the night, Paul steps in.
Hang on, the enforcement officer wants to speak with you.
Hello, my name is Paul Bohill. These people have been evicted. You said these people aren't homeless. They are. We have a high court...
What I've said is, the minute they leave the house, they're homeless.
Okay, would you please leave the house? Right, the only reason they're in the house is because the phone needs to be plugged into the system here. It's her mobile phone. They've now left the property.
Okay, can I speak to the client, please?
Well, no, because you've said she's got to be outside.
Okay, but I didn't say that. I said she'll be homeless the minute she leaves the house. I'll call her back in the next 5 minutes.
This is them being absolutely stupid. And we've been through this mill, waiting, all the process that you've been through, the drama that you've been through today, we've done a dozen times.
Okay.
They're obliged to house you.
Today is not a good day. Councils are frustrating for us because, you know, we try and talk to them sometimes on behalf of the tenant, but you have to understand from the other side of the coin is that there are so many people on the system that I don't know if they've got enough staff or funds to deal with everything.
Over an hour after Christine first spoke to the council, they call back with an unusual request.
You need to go to the police station with the document, and I'm going to call you there and speak to the police officer to verify the document.
Okay, I'm going there right now.
Which police station?
I'm going to Tottenham Police Station. All right.
How long will it take you to get there?
In about say 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yes, it's just across from my place. I'm going to make sure you call me because I don't want to be waiting there. All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Despite the fact that the writ is a standard legal document and proof of the eviction, the council has asked Debbie to get it verified by the police. But after spending an hour at the police station, it's not good news.
The homeless unit are saying they don't understand the paperwork.
Understand? What is there not to understand from a high court? So I'm very saddened at the way things have turned out and the way my friend has been treated. When she needs help, she's getting no help from anywhere.
Debbie and her family are now in a desperate situation. It's 7:30 p.m. Paul and Steve have been with the family for 4 hours, but they won't leave until Debbie and her children have a bed for the night. Paul urges Christine to call the council one last time.
Make the phone call again to the council. We've executed dozens and dozens of writs up here. They must have seen a writ. They must be aware of the circumstances.
Christine makes the call.
Hi, I called you a couple of hours ago. My friend is out on the streets with her children. Are you categorically now telling me that she is not going to be rehoused with the children tonight? Are you categorically saying that?
I can't confirm or deny anything because I'm not the homeless team. Have you had a call back from the social services?
No. It's over an hour now from the time we got from the police station, and we've had no call. We're out on the street with the children outside the house.
Okay. All I can do then for you is to apply for the homelessness for them to call you back again.
Because we're waiting for their call. So if you could transfer us to them, please.
We don't transfer, I'm afraid. They will have to call you back.
Okay, I'll be waiting. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
The processing of their claim for emergency housing may well take 4 to 6 hours, and we know from feedback that we have that's about average. I think the whole system is absolutely outrageous.
It's now 8 o'clock at night. With no offer of assistance from the council yet, Paul allows the family back into the house. 45 minutes later, an officer from the emergency housing team calls back.
So she's got nowhere to stay.
Yes.
at all?
She's on the streets right now with the kids. Yes, I am.
So why can't you accommodate her tonight and they can go to Apex House in the morning?
It is not my duty to house her tonight. It is your duty, not mine.
Right, okay, you're a friend and you're taking a...
Yes, I'm a friend. I've got 4 children.
Okay.
So my house is full.
Your house is full, you got 4
Yes,
kids?
yes.
Okay. Has she got any other friends or relatives she can stay with?
No, she hasn't.
Okay, the reason why we're sorting this information out is because at the moment we usually get information from our bed and breakfast, and a lot of them are fully booked, but we're trying to get some more information. So just 1 second, please. There is bed and breakfast in Ealing.
Ealing?
Ealing, yes.
How are we gonna get? How are we gonna get to Ealing this night? And the children have to be in school in the morning.
It would take over an hour for Debbie and the children to get across London to Ealing.
I think the council are absolutely behaving abominably. I don't think it's fair at all. You know, it's now 9 o'clock at night.
That's all we got. Why can't we have a friend? If you're so concerned.
No, don't be going on about a friend. No. Don't put no guilt on me. Don't put your what you're meant to do. Don't put it on me and try to play games with. Don't play games. It is your duty to house her. Don't you dare try to blackmail me by saying as a friend that I am meant to house her.
Change your mind, you can call us back where?
There will be no calling to Ealing without you providing the transportation to get there.
I can give you the phone number.
I don't need no social worker because we cannot get to Ealing this night without some support.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you for nothing.
Exasperated by the situation, Paul decides to take action of his own.
Yes, I'm wondering if you've got a room vacant tonight in North London.
Paul books the family into a local hotel.
This is an unusual case. We don't do this for everybody, trust me. But we're seeing what appears to be, well, certainly the injustice of the housing system, the emergency housing. I mean, that's too silly for words. We don't offer to help with hotel rooms as a matter of course. We will only use those as a last resort. I wouldn't see a mother and children out on the street on a winter's night. We would do what we would consider to be the reasonable thing.
It's now 10 p.m.
So if there's an issue, we'll sort it. It's paid for, done.
Thank you.
Right, and breakfast is included. Turn all the lights off on your way through, please.
After 7 hours at the property, Paul and Steve finally complete the eviction.
Thank you, Christine. Couldn't have done it without you. You're a real fighter.
Thank you.
Thanks to Paul and the enforcement company, Debbie and her children will have somewhere to sleep for the night. But the family face an uncertain future. Paul and Steve have experienced a heartbreaking situation. But in Stuart and Vic's next case,
I haven't got that money in my bank at the moment.
they come across a man.
This is our man, isn't it?
Who won't face up to his debt.
How do I prove to you that that vehicle is my wife's?
Since the start of the financial crisis in 2007, personal debt in the UK has increased by nearly £300 billion. Now, nearly 9 million people across the UK are struggling with debt. (8 a.m. Harden, Wales. Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are back on the road with a writ to recover over £4,000 owed by plumber just in Westbrook.
Have you seen it outside?
No, mate. Frosty this morning.
If Mr. Westbrook can't or won't pay his debt, Stuart and Vic have the right to seize goods and vehicles from the property.
The cash guy.
We'll take that.
Cash guy ain't going anywhere. Go on, Vic, let's go wake somebody up.
Light. Kitchen lights on. I hope someone's coming now.
They've seen you, Vic.
Oh, I saw her. She closed the door.
Still there?
Can't see, they've closed the door now. You see, they've walked back in.
There's someone at home, but no one is answering the door. Then Mr. Westbrook's daughter opens a window upstairs.
Hi, my name is Mr. Victor. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. And I'm after Mr. Justin Westbrook. He lives here, though.
Yeah, but he's gone to work.
You need to get him on the phone. We need to speak to him urgently.
While Mr. Westbrook's daughter tries to track her father down, Vic calls the office to run a check on the family car in the driveway.
Hi, John, you alright? Good. Can you do an HPI for me?
If it's free of finance, the agents can take it away if Mr. Westbrook can't or won't pay.
Well, that's interesting.
While the agents wait for news about the car, a handwritten note appears through the door.
This is Justin's number, ring this. Right, okay. Been sent a love letter, but on the opposite side of the letterbox.
Stuart calls Mr. Westbrook's number.
Hello?
Hello, is that Mr. Westbrook?
It is, yes, speaking.
Mr. Westbrook, good morning. My name's Mr. McCracken. I'm the High Court enforcement agent. We're here to collect a total amount of £4,341.39, sir. Obviously, as you're aware, if it's not paid, we are here to take control of goods.
I'm in Telford at the minute, in traffic, and I can't get any access to any money at the minute. What I'm trying to say is I haven't got that money in my bank at the moment.
Right.
Well, I'll ring you back as soon as I possibly can, because obviously I'll try and sort it out.
No, I understand. I'll speak to you shortly.
Stuart and Vic give Mr. Westbrook some time to see if he can raise the funds.
Hello. Hi, John, you alright?
The agent's office calls back with news about the debtor's car.
Excellent. No longer on finance. Boom.
Boom, that's it.
Cheers, John. Thanks for that.
Get it clamped.
The car is no longer on finance, so Stuart and Vic are able to seize it.
Who wants to see the car being taken away? I don't ever want to be in that situation. I don't think I could bear being in that situation, watching my pride and joy being taken away.
Half an hour later, Mr. Westbrook has still not come up with any offer of payment. But Stuart wants to give him one last chance to settle his debt before taking a prized family asset.
Hello?
Hello, is that Mr. Westbrook?
Where do I actually stand?
What'll happen is, sir, at 9 o'clock, if the payment isn't made, it gets transferred to what they call Stage 3 enforcement, which means the amount goes to £5,171.49. We'll then be contacting recovery for the vehicle to be removed.
But Mr. Westbrook has news for Stuart.
It's not my vehicle, sir, is it? You know what I mean?
Right, whose vehicle is it?
It's my wife's.
At the moment, we've seen no paperwork relating to that vehicle.
How do I prove to you that that vehicle is my wife's?
We'd need a sales invoice, sir.
Bear with me.
Yep, speak to you shortly.
Right.
Stuart needs to get to the bottom of who owns the car. Inside the house, Mr. Westbrook's daughter has the finance company on the line.
Hello, my name's Mr. McCracken. I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
The finance company confirmed that the car is now free of finance, but the loan was in Mrs. Westbrook's name. Meanwhile, Vic gets a call from the office.
Hi, John. Mister. Oh, brilliant. Oh, brilliant. Thank you very much, John. Cheers, bye. Hey, Stuart. The finance company has confirmed the vehicle was in the name of Mr. Justin Westbrook.
Mr. Really? Because I've just spoken to a woman on the phone there. And I went, right, okay, so whose name was it? And it's in the Mrs.
Must put in both their names, possibly.
But it's in joint names. That's what it is, it's in joint names.
It seems that the car belonged to both Mr. and Mrs. Westbrook. But as his name appears on both the finance documents and the writ, the agents have the right to seize it.
I mean, he can pay today, but in 20 minutes the car's going.
It's been over an hour since Stuart first spoke with Mr. Westbrook, and the debtor hasn't shown any signs of payment. The agents have no option but to arrange for the car to be removed.
How are you?
Good. I'm organising removal of this vehicle.
Make the call, Jane. Make the call.
But as they wait for the recovery team, a white van arrives. It's Mr. Westbrook.
What's going on here? This is our man, isn't it? Yeah. As we've been waiting, we've seen a white van pull up. 2 guys have been in it. He's been dropped off, what we believe is a defendant. And then he's done what we call in the trade a Spider-Man attempt, which was climbing up on the wall there and then climbing around the back of his garage.
But Mr. Westbrook is still making no attempt to settle his debt.
If you want to try and hide from the matter, it's only going to make situations worse. I don't know why people do it. If you just speak to us and work with us, we will work together to get this resolved. Aha! What's up? Let's have it.
10 minutes later, the removal team arrive to take away Mr. Westbrook's vehicle.
If you don't want to pay your bills and you want to hide, then do that. We don't want to be taking vehicles. We'd rather get a payment, but we've got an asset there that'll cover the balance, so if you don't want to pay it, then we'll be removing it.
It's got to get paid one way or the other, unfortunately. Can we get a copy of that?
Next time. The number of privately rented households has doubled in the last 15 years, with more than half of tenants now renting in the private sector. But evictions have soared, increasing by over 30% since 2007. 8 a.m, North London. High Court enforcement agents Paul Bowhill and Steve Pinner work across the south of England, enforcing writs and repossessing properties.
Today we're off to Cricklewood with a writ of possession. I don't know if it's a Mr. or a Miss.
They're on their way to evict tenant Kekwa Dongu and her family, who've ignored several court orders telling them to leave.
Just look for the number. It's on our left. Top left. Oh, I think they're ready for us.
But this job isn't going to be straightforward.
Good morning.
Well, it's 9 o'clock, no? 9
o'clock. It's 9 o'clock. Then you can't come in.
What's significant about 9 o'clock?
That's what we were told, 9.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It says on my paperwork 8.
The family claim they have a letter telling them the eviction would begin at 9 and are protesting about the early arrival of the agents.
Good morning.
It's 9 o'clock. You can't come in. It's supposed to be 9 o'clock, Chief.
There is no time. I don't know who...
but that's the time they give us 9 o'clock. That's what I'm trying to blame this.
The writ gives the agents authority to enter the property at any time. Kekwa comes down to back up the father of her children.
No, they want to see 9 o'clock. Oh, God.
It's okay, you don't have to be out until 9, so that's a bonus. There's always something.
You go wait outside, please.
No.
But they say 9 o'clock.
Paul wants to remain by the door, just in case the tenants try and lock themselves in.
Sorry, you in on that because it's quite cold?
No. This is no longer your house.
Okay, so why are you standing by the edge?
Because that's what I do.
That's what you do? You just stand by the exit?
That's right, yeah. To make sure you don't slam the door.
Sorry?
To make sure you don't slam the door.
You're quite funny, you know.
I am, yeah.
Quite funny.
You think you're funny? Yeah? People have to move their stuff. You're always standing down there for. You should move down there, they're moving the stuff.
Well, when you're ready.
Kekwa and her family have just 1 hour to pack their essentials and leave. But instead, they're still arguing over the timing of the eviction.
Look, I'm not being objectionable. Why are you being objectionable? You know, we've been perfectly civilised and you seem to be a bit unreasonable.
Tenants get rude and angry because, honestly, they don't want to meet us. We're asking them to leave their home, so they are going to be angry. If you try and shout, you've lost. It's just a no-win situation. With all due respect, and I understand that you've been told...
You don't understand.
I do understand that you've been told...
You come inside the house, you say you don't understand.
Forget about the letter and all of that. Out of respect, you can't even give us, half an hour to sort of get off things up.
You have the hour. You have the hour.
It's going to be like this.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're making all this fuss, just to get packed and go.
If you could get out of the way, we could actually do it quicker.
You've got an hour to clear the stuff out, so no problem.
If you've got until 9 to leave, why are you here?
We give you an hour to get your stuff together.
No, nobody told... Listen very carefully. Nobody told us...
No. You listen
9 o'clock.
You listen very carefully.
Okay.
Don't touch me like that.
All right.
You're saying you've got up until 9. Yeah? We're saying if you got up until 9, why are you in here when it's not 9 o'clock
Because
yet?
they told us 8.
And they told us 9.
So, sorry, we'll get them here and we'll argue it out.
This guy, you're all the same. You don't know what you're chatting about.
The reason that tenants make issues out of things that otherwise are definitely irrelevant is that it diverts their mind from the main thrust of the situation. They're going to be evicted. They're just looking for reasons to, in their mind, discredit us.
Kekwa's son decides to start filming Paul on his phone.
You don't care, thinks it's funny coming to people's houses.
I don't think it's funny at all.
You do think it's funny, but you don't seem to care.
I do care.
You don't?
Okay, I don't care.
You don't?
All right, then I don't care. I'll go with you, wherever you want.
No, it's not with me.
You're wasting your time with that.
I've got until 9, so I can stay and record you up until 9. So I'm open.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's your name, Mr. Clown?
My name is Paul Bowhill.
Yeah. The name suits you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, sir. It's kind of you to say so. What's your name?
Don't worry about my name. My name is...
Steve Pinner.
Look at that big smile on your face. It's funny as well.
I'm just pleasant.
Funny guy. Coming in, standing there. Like some military.
With the situation becoming confrontational, the agents need the family to focus on getting ready to leave.
Better not lock us in. I will be miffed.
Leave it.
It's 9 o'clock. The tenants' hour to pack is up, and they must leave.
I'm going to get a clicker. Key phrase. 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. 47 times so far we've heard 9 o'clock.
But Kekwa's son wants to go back in to fetch more belongings.
You don't listen to us, I'm not listening to you. Simple as.
You can't come back in. No, you can't come back in.
What do you mean I can't come back in?
That's it, 9 o'clock.
Why are you touching me for?
You've got to go. You've got to go.
Can you not touch me?
You're not
touch me like that.
Okay?
Do not touch me like that again.
All right.
What started as a simple repossession has turned into a volatile situation.
Shove you back, you're breaking rules. Don't shove me again, please. You keep barging me, I don't like it. Don't barge me.
Keep going.
Don't barge me. This should be seen as assault because you're forced out of the house. Yes, assault. That's assault. And they're gripping me as well.
Call the police.
You're gripping me as well.
Paul and Steve need to act quickly to stop this eviction turning nasty. High Court enforcement agents Paul Bowhill and Steve Pinner were in Cricklewood, North London, carrying out an eviction.
This is no longer your house.
Okay, so why are you standing by the edge?
No, they want to see 9 o'clock.
Oh,
The tenant, Kekwa Dongu, and her family claimed the agents had arrived an hour early.
There was something.
you go wait outside, please.
No.
Instead of packing to leave,
Leave it.
the family argued with the agents.
Listen very carefully. Nobody told us.
No. You listen
9
very
o'clock.
carefully. You listen very carefully.
Okay.
Don't touch me like that.
When Paul stopped Kekwa's son from re-entering the house,
Excuse me. No, you can't come back in.
tempers boiled over.
If I shove you back, you'll probably break your rules, but don't shove me again, please. You keep barging me. I don't like it. Don't barge me.
Keep going.
Now the agents need to get the situation under control before things get out of hand.
Just call the police.
What can't you call the police then?
Because nobody's assaulting me.
This time, if you carry on, I'll throw water to him.
No, there's just water there. Is that for throwing over us as the last, do you reckon?
She should have thrown water to you, as he said.
If you do that, sir, that's assault. You can't do that either.
To ease the tension, the agents allow the tenants an extra 15 minutes to pack. Paul and Steve need to give Kekwa, or the children's father, a copy of the writ so they can seek emergency accommodation for themselves and the 4 children.
Can I just explain something just very shortly? Nobody...
You know, we're spending our time, you know? So you're taking our time for nothing. We can't even do what you're doing.
The father of Kekwa's children refuses to take the writ. Concerned for their welfare, Paul gives it directly to one of Kekwa's daughters.
This paper, if it's taken to the council office, because there are children involved, they will have to get you emergency accommodation. Wait till they've calmed down though, but that's the writ. I'm sorry there is such an upset. We are very caring people.
I'm angry that we leave.
Yeah.
I get scared.
We are very caring people. It's okay, it's the worst day of their lives, isn't it? There is never a good day to have your home repossessed.
The agents need to make sure the writ gets passed to one of the parents before they leave.
That's the piece of paper you need to take to the council, okay? So whatever you do, do not lose that piece of paper.
The eviction is almost complete.
Nobody else in here, is there?
I don't think so.
Steve looks around the house to see what possessions are left, but he's in for a shock.
Wow. How on earth can you live like this? It never ceases to amaze me how cluttered and dirty some of the properties are. And you have to actually climb over stuff to get into the different rooms. I just don't know how people can live like it.
The family have now had their extra 15 minutes. Their time in the house is up.
But let's just leave. They don't care. They're just doing their job. I don't hate them for that, but he's just doing his job.
It's your job. It's not your fault. It's your job. They're stopping us.
Thank you.
Yeah. You see now they're stopping. They're stopping. Are you twins?
Your husband and wife.
Kekwa and her family are now homeless and face an uncertain future.
It might seem that your tensions are getting frayed, but at the end of the day, you just got to let them go on with it. They shout, rant and rave and moan at us, but they're going to go. And that's the bottom line, you know. As unfortunate as it is for them, there is no going back.
Across the UK, the level of personal debt is on the rise. In the last year alone, total personal debt has climbed by £32 billion. Broadstairs, Kent. High Court enforcement agents Brian O'Shaughnessy and Delroy Anglin are on their way to recover nearly £12,000 worth of unpaid rent owed to a landlord.
Okay, we're going to see Miss Alexandra Donkin and Mr. Mark Howe. We need to collect £11,896.66.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he's out of a few quid, isn't he? It's a lot of bloody money.
The debt is for a previous property Alexandra and Mark rented, but if they can't or won't pay, the agents can seize goods to offset the debt today. The writ authorises the agents to make peaceful entry through open doors.
Hello, High Court Enforcement. Hello, mate, how are you?
Alright.
How are you? Who's Mr. Mark Howe?
No.
I'm here with a High Court writ for Alexandra Donkin and Mark Howe. Are you the tenant here now?
No, I'm the tenant's brother.
Okay, who's the tenant?
Mark Howe.
Mark Howe, cool. Can you get on the phone, please, sir?
No.
No? Okay, cool.
This response makes Brian suspicious.
I'll take it you're Mark then, yeah? You're Mark, yeah? We're here to discuss it and resolve it in the right way. Alright. So are you Mark then, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Mark. When somebody doesn't want to identify themselves when I visit, it shows me their intention. They don't want to pay. But it's stupid, it's silly. We're going to find out who you are, it's just a matter of time when.
Now that Mark has confirmed his identity, Brian can serve him the writ and demand payment.
I don't owe rent.
So why's he made a claim against you?
Because I lived there, but I didn't pay the rent.
Mark now claims he isn't responsible for the debt.
Okay, so I'm here to get £11,896.66, Mark. How would you like to pay it?
What if I don't owe it?
Then we'll look at removing your assets in your home. Do you work?
No.
Do you claim any benefits? How do you support yourself?
She does.
Okay, do you have...
She paid me.
Can Alexandra pay it?
She can't pay all in one go, no.
How much can she pay today?
I've no idea.
Should we get on the phone and see what we can do?
She hasn't got any money at the moment. She hasn't been paid from the job she's doing yet.
Okay, do you want to have a word with her? Let her know what's going on?
Ask her what.
Mark isn't cooperating with the agents, so Brian changes tactics.
Can you pay me £11,896.66, sir? Okay, we'll look at your assets to remove, okay? Thank you, Mark. Right, what you got there, mate?
The agents hope the prospect of losing his possessions might prompt Mark to pay. But as they look around the flat for goods to seize, they're in for a surprise.
Why have you got a sword behind the door, Mark? It's a bit naughty, that.
Look, you've got samurai swords in there, mate. If you ain't going to play the game, I might decide those samurai swords might be a bit of a danger to me.
Well, I'm not going to hit you with them.
I don't know what you're going to do with them.
I'll tell you now, I'm one.
Yeah, well, you got a laptop in there, haven't you?
We can't.
Why is that then?
I'm using it.
Really? You were using it, that now belongs to us.
If Mark doesn't take any steps to pay the £11,000 he owes, he could lose his possessions. But Brian and Dell want to give him another chance.
It's a long day, and the weather's horrible. I don't want to give anyone a hard time. If you don't want to cooperate, that's fine, because I just list everything and we'll take it. Alright? Now, that's not what I want to do. Alright? So if you fix up, I'll fix up, and we start to get to the nitty gritty and see how realistically what you can get, what arrangement we can do, right? So we can leave you in peace.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay?
I do not expect you to have £11,000. I'm letting you know that. We're realists, yeah? We're going to need today at least £3,000 today to set it off. Can you speak to your partner? Just let them know what's going on. Things can happen. We need a lump sum payment. This is the problem. This is the stumbling block at the moment.
How much? Probably get £1,000 in a couple of days, but today I couldn't get that. And I'm being honest.
There's still no sign of payment, but Brian and Dell must get this case resolved one way or another.
I'm not being funny, mate, but it might be a case of taking what we can get instead of wasting too much time here. Essentially, just a couple of laptops, TV. What is that, Nikon?
Mate, that's expensive.
Is that Nikon?
That's the money.
Lens, wide angle.
It's clear Mark hasn't got the means to pay, but the value of the items in the flat doesn't come close to clearing the £11,000 he owes.
Is there a reason why you're not working?
Yeah, I suffer from liver disease and depression, anxiety.
Okay.
All sorts of things, really. Yeah.
Okay.
This person may be having a bit of a difficult time. There may be some depression issues here, but we still need to make sure everybody's happy and the job's resolved. It's quite difficult, but it's imperative that we take into consideration the whole circumstance that's in front of us.
Mark is still reluctant to offer anything substantial to settle the debt.
Over one winter, We got a little bit behind and we made arrangements to pay it, which we did. But it got to a point where the house was not being maintained. We couldn't use the lights, we couldn't use the toilet. Why should I pay full rent, £600 a month, and not have the place looked after properly? So I decided not to. That was my decision.
Given Mark's circumstances, Brian offers him a lifeline.
What I'd like to do is get a £2,000 payment in 1 week's time and then a £200 a month arrangement. So you can either agree to it or remove your goods. What would you like us to do?
Agree to it.
If you don't pay it, I will be back here the following day. Do you understand that?
Yeah, to do what?
To remove your goods.
Mark has been offered an extra week to find the money, but his response comes as a shock to the agents.
What if I move them out in the meantime?
Well, then that's a whole different ballgame.
What will happen? If you were to dispose of them, you'd be committing a criminal offence, all right, because they're not yours to dispose of. The police would be called and you'd be nicked. Now, if I think for one moment that you might, then I would be better off taking them now.
Mark's suggestion that he might remove his goods before the agents return forces them to change their approach.
Do you know what? I need £2,000 today. Get me £2,000 today, or I'm going to remove your goods. I don't like your whole aura. I don't like what I'm hearing. The next discussion we're going to have will be about payment, okay? So if you can't get it, I'm just going to remove your goods.
Why can't I do things in an amicable way? What difference does it make if we pay £2,000 a day?
The agents have been in the flat for over an hour. Mark's partner, Alexandra, calls.
Hello. We've got bailiffs around the house. And he wants £2,000 today, and I said we haven't got £2,000 today. You haven't been paid. Don't know what you want me to say. No, you stay out of it. You stay out of it, I said. I'm missing all my horse racing doing this, but it's cost me money. I'll bill them for that. Right, okay.
With Alexandra unable to provide funds, Brian is forced to give Mark an ultimatum.
Okay, Mark, you need to get this £2,000, or I'm going to remove your goods. I've got a vehicle on the way here now, and I will carry that out. Okay?
If it turns you on.
If it turns me on, not particularly, no. It may turn you on.
If you want to take my computer and my television, you do so.
I'll do that because you can't pay the money you owe.
I haven't got it on me today.
How would you get it?
My mother and my sister.
How long would it take?
Well, I suppose it's just a case of going to the cash point and getting it out.
Is it something that could happen today?
I don't want to worry my mother because she's unwell.
All the moment's all guesswork, isn't it? You haven't asked anybody.
Mark finally starts to try and raise some funds. He calls his sister.
Do you want to speak to him? He wanted 2. She can only do 1,000. Okay, sorry about this. I'll get it sorted for you tomorrow. Can you give me the 16 numbers?
Mark's sister agrees to pay half of the £2,000 needed today.
My sister's got to contact her husband, so I suppose he's going to be too happy about it. I should inconvenience other people.
But Mark still needs to raise the other £1,000.
We've got £1,000 to go.
So you want me to chase around all night looking for £1,000?
We're here for 11,000. We're actually being very reasonable and asking for 2 at the moment.
So that's not enough?
I need another £1,000.
Or you take the stuff?
Yeah.
Mark decides to go and see his mum to ask for help.
I feel angry now.
You can look at me all you want, don't make a difference.
Sleep well tonight, won't you?
I'll sleep very well, thanks.
You won't when it comes to judgment, though.
Maybe not.
There's no maybe about it.
Brian and Del wait in the flat for Mark.
People like Mark, it's everybody else's fault. But do you know what? It's your fault I'm standing inside your front room. It's your fault we're having this discussion. Nobody else is. Do you know what? I don't particularly want to be inside your home at 7 o'clock at night having this discussion. I'd rather be at home having a Horlicks or a Bovril. Do you know what I mean?
An hour later, Mark returns with another £1,000.
I've got the card.
All right, if you can just sign and telephone number there, Mark.
The case is resolved, for now. But if Mark doesn't stick to his payment plan, the agents will be back.
I just want to say that I'm not here to be difficult. It may seem that way. It's not personal. Okay? I appreciate what you've done. And I want you to know that. All right?
Brian and Dell have got the result they needed in a difficult situation. But in Paul and Steve's next case,
You can't do this. I think you're not human.
they meet a woman whose life is turned upside down by a bitter dispute with her landlord.
16 months this has been going on for.
Really?
And I've spent £6.5 grand.
On average, over the last 5 years, tenants in the UK have spent more than £40,000 on rent. The average rent now stands at £1,280 a month. It's rising year on year, and more tenants are being evicted. Langley, Berkshire. High Court enforcement agents Paul Bohill and Steve Pinner are on the road again to carry out another eviction.
There's actually no money on the order.
So theoretically, it's just a straightforward, no-nonsense repossession.
It could be an easy job, or they could just be hiding behind the curtains.
The landlord claims he's been trying to get his property back to live in himself, and that his tenants, Habib and Amel Jabali, have refused to leave with their 3 children.
5, 3, oh, that one.
Well, that's where the ice cream van is.
Mr. What's it?
Now, hang on, you've got to be careful here, because these ice cream men are sometimes known to have loaded 12 bores.
Loaded cones?
Well, no, because they actually have, like, turf wars, don't they?
The landlord claims the dispute with his tenants has been going on for over a year. This eviction is going to test all of Paul and Steve's negotiating skills.
Something I prepared earlier. It's not often we get luxuries like this.
They've been given a spare key by the landlord.
Hello, sir. Good morning, good afternoon.
Hello, sir. My name is Paul Bohill. I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
Right.
We have a repossession order for this property.
We haven't got any letter to say that.
No, there is no letter. I have the letter here.
And I move by tomorrow?
No, you've got an hour now to pack just things you need for today.
Right.
You can come back and pick the rest of your stuff up by arrangement with the landlord.
Okay.
The family have lived in the house for 6 years. Now Habib has just 1 hour to pack some essentials for himself, his wife, and their 3 children.
Is that your ice cream van?
Yes.
I wouldn't mind a large cone.
You can't have an ice cream now.
Can't be moving for us
Fast as you can, please. Fast as you can.
I will.
All right. We don't want to follow you about. We'll be outside.
Okay.
The landlord, Mr. Jalaf, and his father are here to see the tenants evicted.
Joy?
Yeah, he's in.
Okay.
They've only got an hour to get their stuff out.
Cool, fine, brilliant. 16 months this has been going on for.
Really?
And I've spent £6.5 grand.
Wow.
£6.5 grand on this to get them out. I'm going to move in myself, me, my wife, and the kids, and hopefully have a lovely life together. 16 months ago, I gave him notice to leave the property. They then turned around and said, I need 6-7 months. He was willing to increase the rent, which I didn't want him to do, but he did it himself anyway. But since then, we've been through the courts.
Habib denies voluntarily paying more rent in order to stay in the house.
You want just money. For the last 6 years I've paid him. I had no problem with him, with the payment. You can't afford that. Suddenly, you want to put his rent up. It's ridiculous. And I can't afford it. You know, the money asking for, I can't afford it. But I never missed a payment, never.
Half an hour into the eviction, wife Amel arrives home with her 2-year-old son.
You can't do this. I think you're not human. It's unbelievable. Not even receiving nothing. We not receive any letter. How can they do this? We are paying our rent. Everything is updated. I know he's allowed to get his property, but I've got kids. It's really ridiculous.
Okay, calm down.
18-year-old son Fedi steps in to help.
Okay,
how long have you got to leave now?
You've got an hour to get personal things together. Go to see the council. They will give you emergency accommodation straight away. And then you need to speak to the landlord to move the rest of the stuff out in the next few days, once you've made arrangements with the council.
The landlord, you know what? He's asking us to pay $1,600, which the property is $1,125. This is his problem.
He's going to move back into the house.
No. Excuse me, no. He wants to kick us out from the house.
Despite the dispute, the family must leave the house today.
You've only got to take with you sufficient to last you for today. Go to the council office.
I'm going back now.
Right.
I live in the council. Every day I'm in the council. They know about, look, 1, 2. Every time I go, I have to sit for 4 or 5 hours. My husband, he's ill. He had a back problem. Now we have to move our stuff.
Amel claims that due to her husband's health problems, he hasn't been able to run his ice cream business properly. Now the family haven't enough money to move.
They look for the reference because my husband, he doesn't receive any because he's worked for his own, you know. They ask you for 5-month deposit, 3 months in advance. Who gonna afford it? He just working only 20
but now
hours
that you've been evicted, the council will give you a house.
Yes, okay.
And you've now got the letter to take.
Tenants tell us it's the landlord's fault. You know, they want to do this, they want to do that. And I try and impress on them that we don't know the landlord like we don't know the tenant. We're brought in just specifically to do this job. We have no history with either of them, so we can't take sides.
I have a problem with my back, man. For the last 3 years like this. It's something heavy. Last week was a physiotherapy. And now I'm back again because this thing starts. I shouldn't.
The agents have been at the property for nearly 2 hours. Amel is still in shock.
Of course it's upsetting. Who accepts going in the street? Nobody. Plus when you got children, I mean, look, the food was ready for tonight. Can you imagine? Expecting my kids coming from the school to have their dinner? This is unfair. It's just unfair. What you can do? Nothing.
The tenants have a legal right to return to the property at a later date to collect their possessions.
Are they moving everything?
Pretty much. That looks like it.
But it becomes clear that they want to take everything today.
You didn't have to take everything now. You didn't have to take everything now. No, we said only your personal effects.
Yeah.
You can make an arrangement and collect everything else in another day.
I don't want to see him no more.
Okay.
After wait.
Okay. We are coming across people that say, I don't want the landlord anywhere near my property, I'll get it out now. And we've been on many occasions where the house has been empty in less than an hour. You know, they all dig in and get everything out.
How are we doing? Are they going okay? Are they?
Yeah, alright, yeah.
You're not panicking?
Left?
No, it's all right. We're not chasing it for you. But you don't need to clear all the stuff today.
Yeah, but he's going to be in the house, isn't he?
Well, he'll have the keys, but what worries her? He can't take the stuff away. We'll walk around and do a video of everything that's in the house for that very reason, for security reasons. So we know, and it's on camera, what's actually in there. What a good lad you are. You're just steady, absolutely together. All right. But if you're my son, I'll be proud of you. I'm sure he is.
Thank you.
Despite being told they can apply for emergency housing, Mrs. Jabali is still worried she has nowhere to go.
What's happened is just people, very bad people. They haven't got hearts, you know. They don't care if you are in the street with the kids or not.
Paul and Steve have given the family extra time to pack, but now they must leave the house they've called home for the last 6 years.
I'm going to show you something. It means us. Look. There is no place like home.
Amel is worried about where the family are going to sleep tonight.
It's 2:45. Tonight, I'm sure we're not gonna be home before 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning.
The eviction is over. Mr. Jalaf has his property back.
Kind of feel bad for the tenants because I gave them every opportunity to, move out on their own terms. But, unfortunately my hands were tied. It's not a nice thing to do, but, I had no choice but to do that.
More than 8 million households across Britain have no savings at all. And the number of families who have debt problems has increased by almost a third since 2012. Luton, Bedfordshire. High Court enforcement agents Brian O'Shaughnessy and Delroy Anglin are on their way to recover a £4,500 debt. But this isn't the first time the agents have visited the debtor, Shirley Davis.
Oh, all right, Delroy. Well, I think we've got the next job. We've been here once prior. What's her name again?
Shirley Davis. She owes Mr. Mustafa Al Naziri £4,496.99
On their previous visit, Shirley refused to let the agents into her house.
First visit when I came with Graham, she went to the top window. I listed some vehicles and put relevant paperwork through to get some sort of reaction, but she hasn't even called. So we might catch them in now. It's 6 o'clock nearly. Let's park down here, see if we can get inside maybe straight away.
As this is the agent's second attempt to recover the money for their client, they're not taking any chances. They go round to the back of the house to make sure this time they get in.
Hello? Hello? High Court enforcement, sir.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, sir.
How are you?
Not too bad.
Sorry to disturb you, sir. We're High Court enforcement agents. We're looking for Shirley Davis.
She's not here.
Does she live here still?
No, she doesn't. What are you looking for her for?
Well, it's regarding High Court. We've got a High Court writ, sir.
I'm her ex-husband.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
How long have you been her ex for?
Well, we're not even divorced yet, but...
Del, sorry to interrupt you, sir. Sorry to interrupt you. When I first visited, she was at the top window, so she's here.
Does she live here?
She's not here.
Does she live here?
She stays here, so...
Okay.
Shirley's husband claims she no longer lives at the address, but Del is suspicious.
Do you know Mr. Al Naziri?
I don't know.
Mustafa? No, someone called Mustafa. You don't?
No. What's that you're saying?
It's a High Court writ, so we don't have any information other than what we have.
How much is that?
Well, I can't say too much unless you want to pay it for it.
Well, she's my wife after all.
She's your wife now?
Yeah.
So she's not an ex?
No, we're not divorced yet.
All right. So she's your wife, and she lives here. All right then.
Okay.
If you run into that, we can. Yeah, when it suits you. Yeah.
So.
All right.
So can you leave a copy of this?
We've been here too many times. We left letters for her, and she's not phoned and she's not contacted nobody. Where is she now?
I don't know where she's gone.
Do you have a phone number for her?
It's not for me to give you her phone number. Please, let me phone her.
So you call her, talk to her, tell her. I got to get you back?
Yeah, man.
All right. When people are being evasive with a debt issue, it's actually normal. I expect them to lie. On a few occasions when people are honest, I'm actually quite taken aback, and it makes you want to help them.
The agents have been in the house for 5 minutes when another man suddenly comes into the kitchen.
How are we doing, sir?
What's up? No problem. What's up?
We're looking for Mom because she was somewhere.
Looking for Mom? What do you mean looking for Mom? Looking for who? Who you come to look for? What's the name?
Shirley Davis.
There's no Shirley Davis here. So what do you want?
Talk to me.
Okay.
We've spoken to her husband. If that's your father, I don't know, because you haven't said who you are yet. All right? So I'm taking the view that this is your son, yeah? Okay.
So,
and I'm taking the view that the woman that we come here to see is your mum. We've spoken to your dad. Your dad's going to call your mum so we can try and get this resolved.
Who's he calling though? There's not what you talking about. Shirley Davis.
He knows who it is.
Shirley Davis.
It's your mother we come for.
What's your mum?
He just told you that.
What's the name?
He just told you who we come for.
Shirley Davis.
There's no Shirley Davis. What
That's
are you
not what
talking
he's.
about?
That's not what. That's
There's
not
no
what.
You know what?
Look,
Sarah, don't talk to him. Come out with this attitude. Don't come to this attitude. There's no attitude here.
There's no Shirley Davis.
Look,
we've already established the facts.
Yeah, there's no.
We've already established the facts.
There's no Shirley Davis here. There's no Shirley Davis here.
It's a stalemate. Will Brian and Dell ever come face to face with the elusive debtor Shirley and get the £4,500 they came for?
Who's Shirley Davis?
Brian and Dell were in Luton, collecting a debt of £4,500.
We're High Court enforcement agents. We're looking for Shirley Davis.
The debtor's husband told the agents she'd moved.
She's not here.
Does she live here still?
No, she doesn't.
And then another man in the house told them he'd never heard of her.
You come to look for. What's the name?
Shirley Davis.
There's no Shirley Davis here.
It's your mother we come for.
Is it your mum?
He just told you that.
What's the name?
He just told you who we come for.
Shirley Davis.
There's no Shirley Davis. What are you talking about?
That's not what. That's
There's
not
no
what.
You know what?
Shirley
Sarah, don't talk to him. Come out with this attitude.
There's no.
Don't come to this attitude. There's no attitude here.
There's no Shirley Davis here.
The agents suspect both men are holding back the truth. Now they have to skillfully get to the heart of the matter.
Speak to your father then if you don't
Who's
know, because
Shirley
he's told
Davis?
us.
You tell me who Shirley Davis is. Who's Shirley Davis?
Yeah, it's quite difficult when the debtor isn't available to talk to, but when you have family members there who can get hold of her and choose not to put you in contact, it's another wall, it's another obstacle. And I'll prod a little further and I'll ask the appropriate questions till I get the answers I need. So just a bit more work like Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson, so to speak.
So where's this warrant from the High Court? Can I see it?
But if you don't know who Shirley Davis is, why am I showing you?
Let me see.
Yeah, why am I
Yeah,
showing
but
you?
from the house. I want to see if it's got the house.
What's your name? All right, give me something. What's your name?
Give me.
What's your name?
I'm Davis.
You're Davis.
Yeah.
That's your surname.
Yeah.
What's your first name?
Sean.
All right, Sean. I'm Delroy. Okay.
The man finally admits he is the debtor's son, Sean. But then his dad returns after speaking to Shirley on the phone.
She don't know no most different. She don't know most different. Don't know what you're talking about.
He no longer wants to cooperate with the agents.
You broke into my home.
We haven't broken into your
Yes,
home.
you have. You come
We
in
have
here
not broken
unauthorized.
into. We don't need to be authorised, sir.
My
We've
friend.
not. Look, I don't. Look, I've not come here to disrespect nobody. You know, I've explained why I'm here. We've come through an unlocked door. Now, I'm not
As I
leaving
say,
until we resolve
it
this.
is my right as a citizen of England.
I've been commanded to come here by the High Court. All right.
Sure, but this is private.
You know something?
property.
Call the police then, so we can do our job, because I can see where this is going.
So you tell me what you want to do. There's no payment.
Okay, so then we need to go and have a look.
Fine. Then we need to look. We need to look around the yard then, bro, so we can put this to bed. All right.
Even in Shirley's absence, Brian and Dell can seize assets to cover the £4,500 debt.
All these things in this house belong to me. Everything in this house is mine.
I know it's yours, but let him look.
If Shirley's husband can't prove the goods in the house belong to him, the agents can take them away. But the bare floorboards on the stairs suggest the family have hit hard times.
Is it council or you bought the house?
Council.
All right.
Downstairs, the agents find letters from other debt collection agencies. It soon becomes clear that the assets in the house don't come close to clearing the £4,500 debt.
It's obvious to me that you haven't. I don't expect you to have £4,500 in your back pocket. You understand me? But some arrangements got to be put in place, isn't it?
The only option left is to set up a payment plan. But this can't be done in Shirley's absence.
We need to speak to her so we can assess her situation.
Yeah.
Your dad is he retired?
Yeah.
Okay. Situation with mum.
Same fish, not working.
There's no goods here to cover the debt other than
a Samsung television. I'm not going to take the man's television.
I'm not going to take telly. I'm inclined to return this.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Because we're wasting our time.
After an hour at the house, the agents have no choice but to walk away empty-handed.
Sure, and it doesn't mean this problem's going to go away though either. Yeah, there may be other avenues that the claimant can go down. They can take further legal advice. Sorry if us standing here upset you or this gentleman here. Do you understand? It's not personal. Yeah, we're not here to judge you or your family situation.
All right, sir. All right. See you later. I'm coming out your house. Yeah. Bless.
It's been a frustrating case for the agents.
The house is effectively empty. There's no carpet. The only thing of value is a telly and a keyboard. Other enforcement agencies are clearly after them. Judging from how they live, I'd say they probably don't have anything.
The case hasn't been resolved today, but the claimant has a right to send the agents back to try again.
It doesn't mean it's gone away. The issue hasn't gone away. The issue hasn't been dealt with. Just because we couldn't resolve it doesn't mean it won't be resolved. So that's quite important as well.
Coping with island life on benefits, we meet those struggling to make ends meet in life on